Intros are bad, dude. They can trip. Just this is the intro. I mean, I didn't record you though. I'm not recording you. I'm recording, but like your audio, I'm not recording. I'm just recording mine. So I should put this in, and it's just a one-sided conversation with apparently no one. How do I am not starting my video looking at that. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I just wanted to show an extension of a concept that Dragon showed recently. Or actually, I think it was quite a while ago, but I took a break from Faction. So it was one of the last things that I remembered seeing. And it was his auto adjust. His auto adjust uses a piston feed tape. I think I have the schematic here. So his auto adjust uses this piston feed tape style where a redstone block is pushed, and as it's pushed, it powers sticky pistons and pistons to push out the slab to stop the power, and the piston to stop the rest of the shot. And I took this concept and I wanted to turn it into an infinite auto adjust, or like close to infinite. I mean, of course it has its limitations, but I wanted to expand it. So I played around for a while, and I realized that I think sand works out pretty well as an auto adjuster. So what I'm doing here is we have sand that's getting pushed out every shot, so you need a cartridge of sand, kind of like red sand, but it doesn't actually get shot out. And every shot it gets pushed forward over these torches, and it does the same thing that Dragons is doing, and it'll just move the auto adjust back further and further. And every now and then there's a block here just for so the piston push limit doesn't get exceeded. So we have that, and once it reaches the end, then we detect that, and then sticky pistons will pick up all the sand and then drop all the sand, and then as it falls, falling on a torch, it'll break. So that's the entire concept. It's using the same style of powering those Dragons. It's just a more tileable method, you can say. So this is it built up in a huge scale. It's like 45 positions or something like that. And let me select the button over here. Every time you shoot it, the sand gets conveyed along the edge, and a new position is open. So if you break a little bit of that, you can see, well, it needs to fix itself first. Yeah, so that gets updated, and then the next shot it'll be one back, and then the next shot it'll be one back, and it'll just keep adjusting. And then once we get to the end, should be after this shot, then we're just going to trigger this and reset the whole adjuster. So that's how that works, and it's actually able to run pretty fast, although the longer it is, the slower it needs to run. Because this is running at a really, what, 0.9? It can't reset at this speed though, so it's mainly, this concept's mainly meant for like 2 seconds and 3 seconds, but this is just proof that it does work at a relatively fast speed, and it is tileable. That's really the whole concept. I just built a cannon around it. It's a 20 position auto adjust, and here's the adjuster up here. It uses mainly close positions and then 2 far positions, and I'll just reset the wall. This is enabled. And there's also a manual reset button in the back here if you want to just reset the position. So if you want to make it a static adjust, all you do is you'd press the button here, clear everything, you'd disable it from changing, and then you'd manually place your slab and block here to adjust. But that's not really needed with an auto adjust most of the time. So here's it in action. So as you can see, this is kind of how you'd want to line up your auto adjust, where it's mainly concentrated on this one area here, and then you have 10% of your shots, so 2 out of 20 are just over here off to the side. Of course, the cannon adjusts like 10 chunks, so you could just move it all the way over. Another thing special about this cannon is it's just made really large, like a counter kind of, so it can actually one by one the first like 25 chunks, so it makes it easier to, I mean, it makes it harder to patch the auto adjust. So if you build it really close to the base, it's actually really effective. A lot harder to patch. So here's the actual auto adjuster working. So here's its reset, and it just reset there, and then it's back to here, and then in between every shot, we push out one piece of sand, and let's turn off my explosions. And it moves out a little bit. It does have a brief reset time here, as it's extending, so you've got to be careful when you adjust, but I adjust like right after the previous shot, so it works fine. And then this is the kind of damage that it's going to cause to a wall. It's not exactly the type of cannon you want to use if you are going to be TNT efficient, because this takes a few shots per wall, but it makes it pretty hard to patch because of how wide the hole is and how sporadic the shots are. That's really all. The schematic for this auto adjust in my Discord, which will be linked in the description of the video, and now I will, if I remembered to, Undetected here is going to patch against this cannon, and I'll put a montage of that here right after this.
Hey, fuck you, bitch, and the click that you came with, I ain't for the bullshit, I just in my payment, fuck you, bitch, leave your ass on the pavement, it's a thing, I mean, my niggas trying to break shit. Hey, fuck you, bitch, and the click that you came with, I ain't for the bullshit, I just in my payment, fuck you, bitch, leave your ass on the pavement, it's a thing, I mean, my niggas trying to break shit. Cruise down the street with my niggas, we gorillas, I don't give a fuck where I am, I'm fucking villa. No, you can't hang, boy, you play, you vanilla. Fuck the 1% of crackers back, cause I'm a nigga. I kill 'em, don't need no hitter. My niggas rich, making high percent. Can't reject me, I'm no rookie or beginner. Talking to me crazy, you gon' make me turn to villa. Hey, fuck you, and the click that you came with. I ain't for the bullshit, I just in my payment. Fuck you, leave your ass on the pavement. It's the type of night me and my niggas trying to break shit. Hey, fuck you, and the click that you came with. I ain't for the bullshit, I just in my payment. Fuck you, leave your ass on the pavement. It's the type of night me and my niggas trying to break shit. Fuck it, I ain't for the bullshit, I just in my payment. Fuck it, it's the type of night me and my niggas trying to break shit. Hey, fuck you, bitch, and the click that you came with. I ain't for the bullshit, I just in my payment. Fuck you, bitch, leave your ass on the pavement. It's the type of night me and my niggas trying to break shit.